lovely to see you again. But how much was this the untold story of McDonald's?
Well, probably the whole thing was the untold story, because I'm not sure the story was ever really told. I mean, there's a book and maybe other books, but this has never been on the big screen.
How familiar were you with Ray Kroc?
Not. Well, when I say not familiar with this story, you think you know. One thinks they know who Ray Kroc is and his association. Then you realize, I don't know anything about this at all. And then when I saw the script, and John and I started talking about, John Lee Hancock and I, the director, and myself, we would discuss the script, then I realized, man, this is really an interesting story. I know nothing about I knew none of this.
It's an unfortunate name for someone in the food business, isn't it?
Why?
I don't know. Croc.
Oh.
It sounds,
all right.
Unusual.
I guess.
John was saying it depends on how you go into the film, whether you think Ray is a hero or a villain in this story.
I guess that's correct, yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Well, I mean, if you don't have an interpretation of him one way or another, I don't think you're necessarily thinking about it. But if you're looking to see someone as a hero, he did things that were, I don't know if you call them heroic, but there's a lot to admire about his drive and determination. And then he becomes, consumed with power, and he becomes wealthy and greedy and does all these things that are clearly, less than ethical, let's say.
Right. What was the most illuminating element for you about Ray Kroc?
The fact that, well, there are a few. One of them is he started this when he was already in his 50s. That would be the time when a lot of people, in fact, it's touched upon a little bit, that most people are his friends are kind of playing more golf and they're not really working anymore. And Ray still had that fire,
Well, he says it in the film, perseverance, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's something to be said for that, right?
Yeah.
It seems like he did understand the power of franchising and the power of branding, and I gather this was back in the 50s when this kind of commercial message was just getting out.
I don't think anybody was thinking of anything as branding, I don't think. I think this became branding. And I think you could argue that this was the first time branding really, this is kind of where it started. I mean, I guess people in the advertising business would look at me right now and say, you're dead wrong and you're crazy, because we were doing things to create awareness of brands. But this just blew up, just the imagery of those arches,
Right. What is your opinion of Kroc's approach? Was he sort of a savvy businessman or sort of an unscrupulous?
What? An unscrupulous Croc?
Croc.
He
that actually goes
both.
together.
He was both, and as is often the case, But the guy worked hard.
Right. I'm not sure if they've seen the film or responded, but what kind of response do you think you might receive from the Croc and or McDonald family?
What I'm told is so far so good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In terms of how did you go about your preparation to play a real life person, or did you take it basically from the script?
I just worked off what the story was we were supposed to tell, and then I did the amount of research I thought was required. And while it's about Ray Kroc, it's really about what McDonald's became, and it's about what McDonald's place is in the American economy and society and the free enterprise system and capitalism. It's really, about a lot of things, and my job is just to help tell that story.
Was there a lot of footage of him?
No, actually, for me, there wasn't that much. There was a documentary that I watched, and there's other stuff around, I think, and there's a lot to read about him, but that only applies. It all applies, but then you have to say, okay, but what is the story we want to tell? What happens here in this script and on screen?